Hello everyone, I am Sudhakar Singh and today we will discuss a very much important point related to structural analysis 1 and that is slope and deflection. So in structural analysis 1 we have to find out slope and deflection for a given beam or for a frame by different methods. So before going to start those methods we will discuss earlier that is what is slope and deflection. Okay. So for better understanding of slope and deflection, I have taken a simply supported beam AB and this beam is free from loading. So when there is no loading on this beam is initially totally straight. Okay. So when I will apply some amount of load on this beam, then this beam will go under some deformation. So suppose due to this load W, the beam will deform like this. Okay. So the deflection is nothing but the distance between actual position of the beam to the deflected shape of the beam. So see, this is the actual position of the beam and this is the deflected shape of the beam after application of this load W. So this distance is nothing but deflection and this deflection is denoted with delta. Okay. So basically deflection is nothing but the distance between actual position of the beam to the deflected position of the beam. Now we will discuss the slope. So slope is nothing but the angle made by the tangent drawn to this deflected shape to the actual position of beam. So suppose I have to find out the slope at point A. So how will we find out the slope? Then by definition the slope at any point A is nothing but the tangent drawn to the deflected shape and the angle made by this tangent to the actual position of B. That is this angle is nothing but the slope and we denoted slope as a theta and it is represented to be theta A. Similarly, if we have to find out the slope at B, then what will I do? I simply draw a tangent to this deflected shape. Okay, and the angle made by this tangent to the actual position of B will be slope at B. So we will clear this slope and deflection. So basically deflection is nothing but the distance between actual shape and the deflected shape of the beam, that is deflection, and the angle made by the tangent drawn to the deflected shape to the actual position of beam is nothing but slope. As earlier we have already discussed what is slope and what is deflection. So for a given beam, if I will ask you to find out the amount of deflection under given load, then how will we find out such amount of slope and such amount of deflection? So for finding out that amount of slope and deflection, we have various methods to solve such type of problems. So out of these, the most important method which we will generally use to find out the slope and deflection for beam as well as for frames are: the first one is moment area method, second one is Matthews method, and sometimes we call it as a double integration method. The third one is conjugate beam method, and the fourth one is virtual work method, or we can say it as a unit load method, and the fifth is one Castiglione method. So in this video we will discuss our first type, that is moment area method. So in university exam many a times this moment area method has been asked for 6 marks or for 10 marks. Okay, so we will discuss this method, moment area method, thoroughly in this video. Okay, now we will discuss the first method by which we can find out slope and deflection of a beam, and that is moment area method. Okay, so this method is basically best suitable for cantilever types of beam. So for example, I have taken a cantilever beam AB which is fixed at A and free at point B. So initially this beam is straight. and then I apply a point load at free end B. So when I will apply the load on this beam, then this beam will go under some deformation. Okay. So here we can see that initially the point B of beam was here, and then it deflected and reaches up to here. So this distance is nothing but deflection, and we have to find out this deflection delta. And where I will draw a tangent to this deflected shape, and the angle made by this tangent to the actual position of beam is nothing but slope at free end, or we can say that slope at B. So basically we have to find out this deflection and this slope at free end. So according to moment area method, there are two different theorems, and the first theorem states that the area of M upon EI diagram between any two points gives the slope of that point, and the second theorem states that the moment of M upon EI diagram between two points gives the deflection at that point. So if we have to find out the deflection at B, or if we have to find out the slope at B, then we have to simply draw a M upon EI diagram for this beam, and the area between point B to A of M upon EI diagram will simply give us slope of this beam, and the moment of M upon EI diagram from point B to A will simply give us the deflection of that beam. So what is M upon EI diagram? Okay, in both the theorems we have discussed the area of M upon EI diagram and the moment of M upon EI diagram. So to draw M upon EI diagram, we have to draw simply a bending moment diagram for this beam, and for this bending moment diagram we can easily draw M upon EI diagram. So we already know that how to draw bending moment diagram for different types of beam. So see, the bending moment at free end for a cantilever beam, that is moment at B will be 0, and moment at A will be, see, this is load W and this is perpendicular distance L. So moment at A will be W into L. Okay, W into L. So I have simply draw a M diagram, that is bending moment diagram for this beam for that given loading. See, and the nature of this diagram is triangular because load is point load. Okay, if the load will be uniformly distributed load, then this will be of parabolic nature. Okay, so see, I have drawn a bending moment diagram for this beam. Okay, and we simply name it as a M diagram. Okay, M diagram is nothing but bending moment diagram for this given beam. Okay. So see, here I have given the stiffness constant, and that is EI. So we have to simply divide this moment with this EI value, and we will get M upon EI diagram. So see, here the value of moment at point A is W into L. So I simply divided it WL upon EI, and we got M upon EI diagram. See, so now we have already drawn M upon EI diagram. Okay, so further we have to find out slope and deflection at point B. So the first theorem of moment area method states that the area between this point B to A, the area between point B to A will give us slope at B. So see, if we have to find out the slope, or we have to find out the deflection at B, then simply we have to consider this M upon EI diagram from B to A. Okay? So see, this is point B and this is point A. So if I will take, or if I will calculate the area of this diagram from B to A, then I will simply get the slope at B. And if I will calculate the moment of this M upon EI diagram from point B to A, then I will simply get the deflection at point B. Okay? So now we have to find out the slope at B, that is nothing but theta B. And according to theorem, theta is nothing but the area of this M upon EI diagram from B to A. So what? See, this diagram is basically indicates a triangle, okay? And the length of AB is L, okay? And the height is WL upon EI. So how we calculate the area of this M upon EI diagram? So simply we can see this is a triangular portion, and the area of this triangle will be half into base into height, okay? So theta B will be area of this M upon EI diagram from B to A. Okay, so we will simply calculate the area of this diagram. So what will be the area? See, half into base. Base is nothing but L, and the height is nothing but WL upon EI. Okay, WL upon EI. So simply what we will get? See, WL into L square आ जाएगा, WL square upon 2EI. So see how much easy this theorem is. So moment area method is very much simple. Simply we have to draw M diagram, then M upon EI diagram by simply dividing this M diagram with EI values. And what we have to do for finding of slope at any point, we have to take area of M upon EI diagram from that point to fix it. Okay. So here we have to find out slope at B. So we have to simply take area from B to A and simply calculate this total area. Okay. So see here you can see that the slope at B will be half into area of this diagram क्या हो जाएगा? Half into base is L and height is WL upon EI. So we will get theta B is WL square upon 2EI. Now after slope we have to find out the deflection of this B. Okay. That is deflection at point B. Okay. So according to the second theorem of moment area method, the movement of this M upon EI diagram from point B to A will give us the deflection of this B at point B. So how will we calculate the movement of this diagram? So simply we have to calculate the area and multiply with their CG distance from point B, then we will simply get the moment of this M upon EI diagram. Okay. So then deflection at B, delta B will be equal to, see, the area of this diagram will be half into base, that is L, into and height is WL upon EI. And if we will multiply with their CG, then we will get the moment of this diagram. So see, this is triangular portion. This is here the angle is 90 degree. Then we have already know that this distance, the distance of CG from perpendicular distance will be L by 3, and from the other end it will be 12 by 3. So we have to simply take the distance from point B, because we are calculating the area from B to A. So this distance, the distance of CG from point B will be equal to 2L by 3. So I simply take the area of this diagram and multiply this area with their distance of CG from point B. So here we can see that the area of this diagram will be half into base into height, half into L into WL upon EI, and the CG distance is 12 upon 3. So if we will calculate this total value, then we will get, see, W here L, that is WL cube upon, here 2 will cancel, and we will get WL cube upon 3EI, and this is nothing but the deflection at point B. Okay.